Hello, everybody. MexZardX here, back at it again to give you another very exciting video. And for today, you know what? They just recently announced the nominations for the Game Awards in terms of, just Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Art Style, every single category that Keeley manages to put up for this award show that he hosts. We're gonna go through all the different nominations. I know they announced them a little whiles back, but as of the time of this recording, I'm going into it raw. Like this is my raw reaction of all the stuff that was just announced, and you'll get to see where I get to go ahead and cast my votes for each one of these individual votes. But it's gonna take a little bit of time to get through this thing, so we might as well go ahead and jump up in it though. But if you hadn't already done so, make sure you go and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related. I feel like talking about and discussing. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight up into this video.
Rivers and destruction, here on my command. Rivers and destruction, again and again. Rivers and destruction, here on my command. Rivers and destruction, again and again.
All right, so I managed to have the Game Awards website pulled up with all of the different nominations. Looks like, according to the thing, there's like 31 different categories over here. So there's gonna be a lot to get through. Some things I'm gonna have some thoughts on, some things I won't though. But we'll start with the best game direction and work our way all the way back around to the Game of the Year one though. But best game direction, this one's interesting because of the fact that usually whatever category or whatever game wins this category is usually the one that will actually win the game award of the year sometimes, but not entirely though. But what we got listed here in front of us is Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Mario Brothers Wonder, as well as Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So just looking at all of these different categories, I feel like if it was me and this is my best game direction pick, personally, out of all of these, which I played Spider-Man 2, I played Mario Wonder, and I played Tears of the Kingdom, but the only two I hadn't played out of this list was Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3. Both of them wouldn't be necessarily my kind of go-to games in terms of my personal taste, so I can't really say too much on those two. But with Spider-Man 2, Mario Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom, out of those three, oh, it's tough. I could I could put a vote for each one of these things for their own respective things that they each do really well, but at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt. I'm just gonna give this one to Tears of the Kingdom. It was tough. It is really tough. I'm like, what the heck though? But yeah, I just had to give it to him. I had to give it to him. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to the next category. All right, so best narrative. Look at all of these. Once again, Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, Cyberpunk. Okay, I didn't think it would be back up in here. Final Fantasy 16 and Spider-Man 2. Best narrative. Well, out of all of these, I only played one, but I still feel like even if I did play all of them, I feel like it has to go to Spider-Man 2 right there. Like it goes without saying right there. That was just a phenomenal game. A phenomenal game right there. Just absolutely outstanding. All right, now let's go ahead and look over here at best art direction because this one right here, Hi-Fi Rush. Okay, I can see it. Alan Wake 2, Lies of P, Mario Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom. Uh, in terms of this one, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it to Mario Wonder. I had dabbled with Hi-Fi Rush. Maybe that one's kind of like a close second. But seeing the different artistic style approaches and the things that Mario Wonder does with all the Wonder Flower effects, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and give it to him on this one though. I think that was a pretty solid category right there. All right, so as for best score in music, okay, this where things get a little interesting. All right, once again, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3. I hadn't seen a lot of people say anything about the music for FF16. Hmm. High Five Rush. Okay, I can see it because that one's based purely upon the rhythm game with the music and stuff. And then you got Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom music is better than Breath of the Wild, but it's still not hugely predominant. So I actually will give one to High Five Rush on this one. I'll give it to that one. All right, best audio design. it's always interesting how you had the best score, and then you turn around and had best audio design. I'm like, huh. But I guess you can also do like the sound effects and all that kind of stuff though. Um, Audio design. You know what? I actually will give this one to Spider-Man 2 because of the fact of some of the special effects they do with the controller with the built-in speakers versus if you also have it on headphones with the stereo sound. You will only know if you actually manage to sit down and play this game though. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and give that one to Spider-Man 2 right there. I think it kind of goes all right, this right here. Hold on. Let me go ahead and flip this thing back. This category right here, it's always rough because when you start including the actual real people behind some of this stuff, I might know some things, yes, but other things not necessarily. Like who we got over here? A dude who played FS16 and Jedi Survivor, Cyberpunk, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and Marvel Spider-Man 2. Okay. Out of all of these things, I only know Spider-Man 2. I'll just quickly throw out a vote right here. I think we're in that one weird category right now. We're gonna. Oh well. You know what? Maybe it was just that one right now. Okay. Innovation and accessibility. Let's see here. Diablo 4, Forza, High Five Rush, Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter 6. You know what? Out of all of these, PlayStation does a pretty good job with their accessibility, but Xbox does as well. But I'm probably gonna give this one to Street Fighter 6 because of the fact that there's a lot of things you can do in the training mode. You can literally there are people that are unfortunate that are blind, can't see. There's ways for them to actually play this fighting game just based purely upon sound effects. I I have not seen a fighting game manage to do that well over and beyond on this stuff. So you know what? I'll tip my hat off to them on this one because that was pretty impressive stuff when I was sitting down playing through the game and seeing all the different stuff they managed to put for the accessibility options on that one. All right, games for impact. Let's see here. You got a Space for the Unbound, Chance of Sonar, Goodbye Volcano High, Tachia, Terra Nil, okay, and then but I don't know any of these suckers. I'm sorry. We're going to go to the next category. Best ongoing. Let's see here. We got Apex, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. Dang. You know what? Kind of wish in one of these categories, instead of just Genshin Impact, it was what's that new game that just came out? Made by the same people over there at Hoyoverse. I don't know why the name of it is slipping right now. Honkai Star Rail. I wish that one was up in there, but then again, I guess it only came out this year, so it probably had to be a full year before we can get it up in here, though. But I would say out of all of these, there was a lot of people voting for Genshin Impact last year. I'll just go ahead and put Final Fantasy 14. I'll just go ahead and vote for that. All right, let's see what this next one is. All right, so best community support. Same thing. I'll just go ahead and give it to Final Fantasy 14 on that one. Oh, let's see here. Best independent game. All right, so we got Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. From everything that I heard, the two games that always popped up that I heard was Sea of Stars and Dave the Diver. I know Dave the Diver, you can play it on Switch. I remember seeing it in like an indie presentation. Sea of Stars is that big one that managed to actually crack within the 90s. Was it 90, 89? Somewhere high up in there. And had it not been for a super stack year with all these AAA titles, it could have very well, Sea of Stars could have been nominated as Game of the Year. I managed to play a little bit of it. You can play it if you have PlayStation Extra. I think it's on Game Pass, and then you can obviously buy it on the Switch, though. But I'm going to give it to Sea of Stars because like the stuff that was done up in that game, I just don't have enough time to play through all my games though, but I do appreciate what that game actually managed to do right there. All right, so best debut indie. Okay, didn't we just vote on indie? Okay, best debut indie game. All right, Cocoon, Dredge, Pizza Tower, Vimba, and Viewfinder. I can't really honestly personally vote on any of these because it's not like any of these like especially kind of resonated with me. But I had some friends that play Pizza Tower, like Steven, he usually is on my podcast. I know he's gone through and played through Pizza Tower, so you know what, if I were to do a sympathy vote, I'll do that. I wouldn't feel like it's just fair and justified though, but that's the only one out of all of these that I have actually personally heard of though. But we'll go to the next category. All right, so best mobile game. There it is. There it is. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so Final Fantasy 7. Wait, what? Hold on here. Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis? How the heck is that a mobile game? Oh, ever. Okay. I confused myself halfway. Ever Crisis. Ever Crisis is different from Crisis Core. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. Yeah, so Ever Crisis, I dabble with that one. It's okay. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Oh, what the heck? Hawkeye Star Rail. There we go. That's a good game. Go ahead and play that game. Go ahead and play it. Monster Hunter Now and Terra Nil. So yeah, I gotta give it to my boy over here, Honkai Star Rail. It's literally gonna come down between that and the Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. It's gonna be one of those two that's probably gonna wind up winning the whole thing. All right, so best VR or AR, you got Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Humanity, Resident Evil Village VR, and Synapse. I feel like, unfortunately, I can't personally vote for this, but seeing everything that I heard, if you choose Gran Turismo 7 or Resident Evil Village VR, I think those are the two standouts that I've heard from people that would lean one way or the other. Maybe right underneath it would be Horizon Call of the Mountain, but I hadn't heard anything about Synapse or Humanity though. But if I were to choose one, it might be Resident Evil, but I wouldn't feel it would be fair or justified for me to vote in that category. All right, so now you got best action game for the best action game. Okay, so we got Armor Core 6. All right. Dead Island 2. Man, that had a weird trailer. I remember that sucker. Dang. Ghost Runner 2, High Five Rush, and Remnant. Out of all of these, me personally speaking, I only have experience with one with High Five Rush. That's where my vote's gonna go, but I think there's a good amount of people that like Armor Core 6. It's probably going to be the one that's actually going to win it in comparison to High Five Rush, but I'll go ahead and give my vote to High Five Rush at least here on that one. All right, so now we're going into the category for best action slash adventure. So we got over here Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Gosh dang it. Okay. Oh, that's rough. Because out of all of these, me personally, it's going to come literally down to Spider-Man 2 and Tears of the Kingdom. Both of them do things that are absolutely incredible, like the traversal and all the diffuse mechanics and stuff you're able to do with Tears of the Kingdom just made exploring that world really fun. But in terms of those action sequences that you're able to get in Spider-Man 2 and some of the gameplay and stuff, that makes it just as good as well. It's rough, but I think I'm gonna have to give it to Tears of the Kingdom because if it's more story related, I can go with Spider-Man 2. It did some good things, but I guess I have to give it to Tears of the Kingdom. That one was a really close one right there, really close. All right, so best RPG. Ooh, okay, best RPG. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Seas of Stars. Oh, okay, they actually put Starfield up in here for RPG. Now, out of all of these, I know 16. I know there's some conflict kind of going around or some I want to say controversies. Like, there's people split on how Final Fantasy should go, whether or not it should be like action based or turn based or whatever, though. But I think me personally looking at all these picks, it's going to come down to FF16 or Sea of Stars. I'll give it to Final Fantasy 16. I feel like I got to give it a vote one way or the other, though. But Sea of Stars could be a very close second on that one. All right, so best fighting game. Crazy because we could have also had, what was it, Tekken 8 could have been also up in this list, but it got delayed into 2024. Man, because you would have had, 3 big heavy hitters over here though. But you got God of, I was about to say God of War, God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. I think out of all of these, it comes down between Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1. But I'm sorry, there's so many good things that Street Fighter 6 has done. I'm not the biggest fighting fan out there, but it even got me to go out and pick up this game. I need to put a bit more time up in it, though. I really appreciate all the stuff they managed to do with the single player campaign and and all of the different arcade style stuff they put up in this game. So really nice pick right there. All right, so best family game. This will be primarily dominated by Nintendo, but there's only 2 Nintendos up in here. Okay. We got Disney Illusion Island. All right. Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder right here. So those are some very good, interesting picks right here. If I were to look at all of these, I'm leaning closer on the side of Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I think will probably be the one that I feel like will get my personal pick for Family Game of the Year, because you literally can play that with up to 4 people. Sonic Superstars, you could do the same thing. Pikmin 4 is, as visually impressive as it looks on the Switch, doesn't necessarily scream family because you could really only play it with just ideally one person. So yeah, my vote is going to Super Mario Brothers Wonder on that one though. So we'll go ahead and roll over to the next one here. All right, so best sim / strategy. Oh gosh, hey, oh my gosh, I forgot Fire Emblem Engage. Man, that sucker came out earlier this year. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. All right, so we have Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, City Skylines, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4. Out of all of these, I can only really resonate with 3 of them. Even though I hadn't played Advance Wars 1 and 2, I feel like I'll have like a good concept of what that is being a Nintendo game though. But out of all of these, as divisive as I felt with Fire Emblem Engage, and I actually dropped a review out on my channel on it though, if we're just looking at gameplay alone, not anything related with story, it's definitely going to go to Fire Emblem Engage on this one though. But Pikmin 4, there's some good challenges up in that one as well. So I can't discredit, Pikmin 4 if you happen to choose that as a choice. Best sport / racing. All right, I can't say anything about any of these. Like maybe it would have been Forza Motorsport, but I don't know. Should have put Mario Kart up in there. I don't know. Best multiplayer. Okay. Boulder Gate 3 technically count, I guess. Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Mario Wonder. I'm gonna give it to Mario Wonder, but I could also see Street Fighter 6, but Street Fighter 6 is mainly 1v1. But I'll give it to Mario Wonder on that one. Let's see what else we got over here. So we're a little over halfway. Okay. Oh, best adaptation. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal. Interesting picks right here. Interesting picks. I guess if I were to choose one of these, you know me, it's got to be Super Mario Bros. Movie, man. I'm just saying right here. I still need to sit down and watch the Gran Turismo movie, maybe when it comes out on DVD or streaming. Don't really care about The Last of Us too much. I heard good things about the Castlevania series. I just never took the time to sit down and watch it. And no idea about Twisted Metal though, but I got to go ahead and give it to Super Mario Bros. Movie. Maybe we'll get Jack Black showing up in the show and give us like a good performance on that one. I'm really hoping so. I really hope so. All right, so next up we have most anticipated game. Now, 2024, looking at the schedule, all the games are going to be coming out, and there's probably going to be even some more games we don't even know of, but as of the ones we do know of, you can tell it's going to be a really packed year. So what they got up here, we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, and Tekken 8. I can understand every single one of these except for Star Wars Outlaws. It's probably just because I'm not a big Star Wars fan though, but out of all of these, the only ones I'm actually looking forward to playing will actually be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, because I actually like the other Like a Dragon that came before that one with Ichiban, and they're rolling his character over into this new one as well. So between those two, for me, my personal vote would be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth though. But there's a lot of good things coming out next year though. But this is probably going to be one of my most anticipated games for the whole entire year. Unless, Nintendo comes out with a new console and give us a new game that we just don't know about. But outside of that, yeah, that's going to be my major one. Content creator of the year. You know what? Wrong, and wrong. My name is not up there. So this is biased. Keely, we need to do a recount on this thing. Like what? We're putting some VTubers up in here now. Like I don't recognize any of these jokers. Not even the people I normally subscribe to on YouTube. I don't recognize any of these people, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, or whatever. Though, man, we need to do a better job on this one. Need to do a better job. All right, so best esports game. Let's see here. We got Counter-Strike, Dota, League of Legends, Valorant. No, okay. Don't know any of these. However, I see way too many ads for League of Legends. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it the vote, just because that sucker pops up everywhere where you go on the internet. I just had to. Best esports athlete. Hold the phone. This is that part of the voting thing. I just personally don't really like a whole bunch, so I had to go ahead and throw my face back up on here because wait, look these. What the heck? You really have to be up invested in the esports community to even know any of these people. I'm just saying, like, none of the, like, even if I was just based it upon looks, like, who looks the coolest out of here? Okay, that dude kind of got a mean mugshot right there. Okay, oh, faker. You know what? I usually don't vote on this category though, but like these look like some average Joes right here though. But this dude look like he can mess you up on the back street right here though. I don't know. Them glasses is just an illusion right there. So I'm gonna give you a pity vote, man. I like the look, so we'll roll with that. Esports team. Who got a cool looking shirt design over here? JD Gaming. Nah. Fanatic. You know what? I'll give it to y'all because y'all look like flames, and my whole mascot with fiery flames and stuff. I'll give y'all a pity vote right there. We'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, I don't like this. Oh, good gracious. Oh, esports coach. All right, which one's the fattest one out of the bunch? Okay. Oh, we got Danny Zonic. Okay, he looking pretty big. Yeah, all the rest of the man, he looked like a school teacher over there. Okay. Yeah, we'll give it to dude. Coach ain't a coach unless he's like really big, right? I'm getting that right? All right, esports event. Let's see here. League of Legends, man, it showed up again. Evo, Evo's kind of whack because it took away Smash Brothers, so I don't really like that. What was this? Paris or International Dota, Valorant. We got to give it to League of Legends on this one. I'm still salty that they took Smash Bros. Away, so you can't get the vote now. I'm sorry. We just got to go ahead and do that right there. All right, so we'll go over to the... Oh, wait, you know what? I think I voted on every category now. Yeah, it won't let me go next. So that means you know exactly what that means now. We gone through all the fluff. We gone through all the good ones, though. But now it's time to go ahead and jump into the major kicker, the Game of the Year nominations. So let's go ahead and look at what we got on the table right here. All right, Game of the Year. Let's look at all of these categories, these wonderful categories right here. So we got Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. 6 juicy titles up in here. And even in some of my previous videos where I was like, this is going to be a crazy anticipation run for these nominations for Game of the Year. And I went through and I knew there was going to be a lot of things snubbed, like Final Fantasy 16. They managed to get up in here. What was it? The Xbox game, Starfield, that managed to get snubbed. Sea of Stars never even managed to see the light of day up on this one, no. And countless other ones like Street Fighter 6, that was in the mid 90s and stuff. That couldn't even manage to get up in here, mainly albeit because it was a fighting game and stuff. But a lot of snubs this year because there's just that many good titles though. But out of all of these here, I managed to go through and play through 3 of them. Resident Evil 4, eventually it could be a game I could come back around and play for that remake one. I could see myself playing it in the future though. However, Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2 just ain't games that kind of fit my mold. I can understand why they got, up there. Because literally, I think Baldur's Gate 3 and Tears of the Kingdom, in terms of their Metacritics, they were the 2 highest rated things, and they both came in at a tie. If I remember right, I want to say it was at like a 96 or something like it's something that stupidly high. So yeah, so looking at all of these, if I were to give my personal vote for Game of the Year, what I think should truly win Game of the Year, it's actually going to be, for me personally, Spider-Man 2. That's the one right there that I personally think should win Game of the Year based on my personal, taste. It was honestly, for a good long time, was going to be Tears of the Kingdom, at least for me. But due to the fact of the different story elements and stuff, and the gameplay immersion and stuff, and the things you can able to do, traverse and get around the city and stuff, I just thought honestly it was just going to be the better game for game of the year for me personally. Now I can understand why for a lot of other people, why it could be any one of these other games. I can understand if people also choose Tears of the Kingdom as well, though. But speaking from a critic wise, if it's going to be one game or the other, it's probably going to come down between Baldur's Gate 3 and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Out of those two, I wanted to be Tears of the Kingdom because that's my number 2 game of the year. But honestly, I think he did really good with the categories and stuff. Oh man, it's just a shame to see how many games got snubbed out of this one though. But it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. There was no way they're going to be able to put too many categories up in here. So I'll go ahead and cast my vote off on this. I feel like for some reason I thought you can vote on multiple days. I can't remember if they allowed that or not. But if they would have, then I technically would have, put it down as wait, hold on here. Okay. I think I accidentally clicked Tears of the Kingdom first instead of Spider-Man 2. But yeah, honestly, some really cool picks for Game of the Year. I think they did pretty well with most of the nominations. I agree with everything except for the weird one where they incorporated all of the people in the esports communities and stuff. You know how I felt. You saw how I said all that stuff though, but I just gotta keep it a $1.50 with y'all. So yeah, so that's gonna basically do it in terms of all my picks and nominations for all of these Game of the Year contenders, and also in terms of all of these other categories that got out there though. Some good, interesting picks, but y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section down below. What did you think about certain categories? Was there ones that you kind of, disagree with me with and you actually prefer it for that? Whatever the reason be, let me know in the comment section down below for whatever category is your personal favorite and what you actually chose, especially in terms of Game of the Year. I really would love to see what are your thoughts for Game of the Year though. But that's gonna basically do it in terms of this video though. We know that the Game Awards is supposed to be airing around December the 7th, so we don't have too much further to go, maybe a couple more weeks until that airs. And if all goes according to plan, I should be able to live stream the Game Awards whenever it does air. Fingers crossed, hopefully. And it should be a fun night or whatever though. Even if I just happen to not stream it, I was just giving my tweet thoughts on it or something like that. I'll be watching it live one way or the other. Hopefully I can do it in front of y'all though. But that's gonna basically do it for today's video though. So if you really like this video, make sure you're gonna hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date. All things video game related, I feel like talking about and discussing. So remember y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.